Namaste. Thank you, Dr. Shekhar, for a lovely introduction. And thank you for an opportunity to present at Global Ayurveda conferences. So, I'm Dr. Jaya Daptardar, Ayurvedic doctor, healthcare executive, licensed esthetician, and a writer of three books. So, our today's topic is Ayurveda for gut health. Let me share my presentation. So, hope you can see it. And may put into a slideshow mode. Okay. So I have a disclaimer before we go further that this sole purpose of the presentation is to provide an educational information about Ayurveda, and this information is not intended for use of treatment, cure of any disease. So if you have any issues or any health related problems, please consult your primary care physician. So, anorexia nervosa and Ayurvedic perspective. That's my topic of presentation today for Global Ayurveda conferences. So, what is anorexia? Right? It is an eating disorder. There is a loss of desire to have food, even the person is hungry. This condition is known as aruchi in Ayurveda. This condition can arise due to imbalanced lifestyle or stress or any type of diseases. Sometimes it causes due to wrong diet, some psychological issues, and patient with anorexia has no taste in mouth and no desire to even swallow food. So, how people develop this condition? Some people, like athletes, model, actors, or people who professionally want to keep their weight under control, after a while, they develop this condition. But some diseases, like imbalances in liver, pancreas, tuberculosis, some gastrointestinal disorders, cancer, and now COVID 19. Especially post COVID patients, I have seen results into anorexia and long term anorexia. People of moderate to high economic status usually develop this disorder. It differs in different ethnic groups too. So, chronic anorexia leads into severe anemia, and if you have severe anemia, it leads into chronic anorexia. It can lead to heart arrhythmia if not treated. Anorexia also results into the hormonal imbalances because of not eating. Um, and on the other hand, hormonal imbalances also can lead into anorexia. That can cause absence of periods or low testosterone levels. So, what is anorexia nervosa from Ayurvedic view? Ayurvedic point of view. Anorexia is a simple loss of appetite, like I said before, but it can be due to the digestive disorders, indigestion, and that can uh, that can cause some psychological problems, and due to psychological problems sometimes that can cause this condition. In Ayurveda, everything has to be harmoniously balanced. For the balanced body, mind and soul has to be in balanced conditions. So even if there are psychological problems that can lead into digestive problems, and digestive problems can lead into psychological problems. That's the brain and gut relationship. So in Ayurvedic perspective, it is called due to the aggravation of doshas, because everything revolves around the doshas in Ayurveda. There are three pillars: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and any aggravation in these doshas, plus the psychological factors such as fear, anger, emotional stress, or physical stress, leading to incomplete digestion of food. So let's see my next slide here. Okay, what are the causing factors? Physiological factors, like I said, disease related, tuberculosis, cancer, COVID 19, etc. Psychological factors, emotional disturbances, stress, anxiety, depression, day to day office stress, or previous trauma can cause this. Environmental factors, some are related to the location of the job or the type of job you have, that is also important. Sports professionals, stage performers, actors, they cannot keep up with their lifestyle, and they're always thinking about the weight control. um, Genders, in females who are worried about their body weight more than the male. Age related, adolescents are more vulnerable because they are in that age where they're very conscious about their food. Hereditary factors, parents or grandparents with the same problem. um, Sometimes you will see the constitution, like mother or grandmother is uh, very thin, and it's very less, and the same tendency uh, follows into the children and grandchildren. So some additional causes, like excess intake of heavy heavy to digest food, like high protein or high fat, um, and chronic illnesses. The illnesses, they are there for long time. Incompatible diet combinations is very important in Ayurveda, that Ayurveda calls Viruddha Anna, which is the food with the two extremely different qualities. Types of anorexia nervosa. So, there are two types of anorexia nervosa. One is restrictive type. Weight loss is achieved by a restricted diet, including fasting, um, quantity control of food, like a portion control. It's kind of a trend nowadays, and type of food intake control. So there are so many types of diets available: high protein diet, or uh, fatty diet. So, this intake control can cause anorexia nervosa after certain time. Skipping meals in between, less intake of carbohydrates, and excessive exercise. Purging type. In this type of anorexia nervosa, weight loss is achieved by vomiting and laxative. So this is like forcefully achieved weight loss. Then Ayurvedic perspective. So, like I said at the beginning, Ayurveda and the theory of Ayurveda revolves around the three doshas, the pillars, and their imbalances. So, from Ayurvedic perspectives, there are four types of aruchi. In Vata predominant aruchi, there will be astringent taste in the mouth. Pittaja predominant aruchi, there will be bitter taste in the mouth, and Kaphaja type of aruchi, sweet taste in the mouth that indicates the Kapha predominant aruchi. Then Sannipataja, where all three doshas are affected, mixed symptoms of Vata Pitta Kapha type aruchi will be present in this case. So the next slide. Okay. Symptoms of anorexia nervosa. Physical symptoms of anorexia. And sometimes when patient comes to you, patient doesn't know that they have anorexia nervosa, but you will see these symptoms when they describe, or you see the patient. Rapid weight loss, a low body mass index, the proportion of weight and height according to the age. Tremendous hair loss can be seen. Then abnormal blood counts if the lab tests are done. Lethargy or fatigue whole day. Loss of sleep rhythm. So sometimes patient won't sleep at night and feel sleepy during the daytime. Loss of menstrual periods, chronic constipation, irregular heartbeats, low blood pressure, intolerance of cold, and abdominal distension. Abdominal distension is mostly due to the gas and formation of ama. Symptoms. These are the emotional symptoms now. So, emotional and behavior anorexia symptoms, you will see like patient um, don't think that they have a big problem, but when they describe these symptoms, uh, then one can diagnose with the anorexia nervosa. So, suppression of hunger when people get emotional and always worried of getting obese or that fear of weight gain. Indulgence in exercise or severe actually exercise, low self-esteem and less interest with friends and close relatives, maybe due to anxiety or social phobia kind of thing. Obsession of counting amounts of calories in the food they consume. This is very common trend to count the calories, and sometimes it causes anorexia. Mental illness, any type of that people feel no taste in the mouth or not feeling like eating food, especially it is like co-occurring type of disorder, addiction and mental health issues, depression and even insomnia, that was described before as well. Mood swings is another one that is kind of very common in hormonal imbalances in women. Then, how Ayurveda helps in this healing process? So, in Ayurveda, anorexia nervosa is a result of dosha imbalances. In gut area, and which leads into the loss of appetite. But Ayurveda focuses on the root cause of the disease and helps in controlling the digestive issues and appetite related problems. So it also focuses to relax the mind, which in turn prevents psychological, sociological factors which causes loss of appetite. Anorexia nervosa diagnosis and treatment in Ayurveda. So first, Ayurveda diagnoses the functioning of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in the digestive areas. Aggression of Kapha. The There are types of kapha. So bodhaga kapha aggression we are talking about here, which leads into loss of appetite. Aruchi is symptom of defective digestive mechanism. So Ayurveda suggests clearly that food should be taken when feeling hungry in an relaxed environment with happy mind and free from grief, anger, fear, etc. Symptoms of aruchi are willful abstinence leading to behavioral changes. Digestive fire cause transformation of food into assimilable forms, right? So good digestive fire gives good taste and hunger. Ayurveda always talks about good agni, good fire, because impaired digestive fire results into production of ama, toxic substance, or partially digested food with toxic nature remains in the body. So ama is basically toxic waste which results in the blockage of subtle channels or srotasas carrying nutrients and life force in the body. Bodhak kapha that we spoke about is a subdivision of kapha humor in the tongue, that is the location, which aid in the taste sensation. And kledaka kapha is another subdivision which acts in the digestive process in stomach, are also get vitiated. So both of these, bodhaka kapha and kledaka kapha, get vitiated in anorexia nervosa. Emotional disturbances like lack of sleep can cause anger or aggravation of mind. Malnutrition results into vitiation, and malnutrition is another thing. Because of not eating, this malnutrition uh, uh, issue comes up, and that results into vitiation of samanvat, which functions in the stomach area. Imbalance in secretion of digestive enzymes or imbalance of that samanvata, then bodhaka kapha and kledak kapha, that results in lack of taste and aversion to food, uh, and no desire to eat food. Anorexia treatment in Ayurveda focuses on some goals. They in Ayurvedic protocol, Ayurvedic physician comes up with the goals for you, the treatment planning goals for you. One is very important for all of us, and it is any time, which is BMI need to restore for healthy life. Mm, but help in gaining the interest of eating and reduce phobia of eating food is the Ayurvedic way of maintaining lifestyle. Support and love from family and friend, it counts towards the goal. Regular yoga, meditation, walking, or any other exercises can uh, keep the or help the digestive fire, and it helps in changing the negativity of the mind. Yoga and meditation, healing mind for sorrow, anger, and fear um, uh, is possible when you have a routine of meditation and yoga, then concentrate on the gaining confidence back. Ayurveda definitely concentrates on gaining confidence back, because Ayurveda doesn't work only with the symptoms, or uh, not just the physical imbalances, but also mental imbalances are important to balance. Ayurveda concentrates more on treating the root cause of the disease rather than treating the symptoms. That's what I just said. So, according to Ayurveda, there are four types of aruchi. So, Vataja type of aruchi can be treated by giving digestion promoting herbs with the taste of sweet, sour, salty, which are which have property to elevate vata, and they are administered for vata aruchi. Anuvasan basti or medicated enema in small dosage is also helpful in this case. Pittaja aruchi, digestion promoting herbs with sweet, bitter, and astringent in taste are used here. Virechan karma or medicated purgation is useful in the chronic cases or the worst cases. Currently, I have clients with both of these, and after 2 3 weeks of the lifestyle management and giving those herbs are helping, and I'm seeing very good results. Kafaja aruchi, digestion promoting herbs with a bitter, pungent, and astringent tastes are used, and medicated vomiting is the useful procedure here. Sannipataja, which has all the three doshas involved based on the symptoms. Above mentioned herbs and procedures may be used as required, but a lot of good assessment needs to be done when this goes into the Sannipataj Aruchi stage. Simple remedies in Ayurveda, which all of us need simple remedies. Um, Ginger, salt, lemon juice with mint leaves. I have given this to my clients, and I always prefer that even to myself to uh, increase the metabolism. Actually, the this herbal remedy is very helpful in improving the taste of the mouth, and creates an interest in eating food, but it is also helpful in digestion and metabolism. Trikatu, it is one of the beneficial remedies in Ayurveda for igniting digestive fire. It can be easily taken with water and honey as well. It is very useful for gastric or gastrointestinal issues. Trikatu contains a mixture of ginger, piper longum, and black pepper, especially the issues related to digestion, indigestion, metabolism, weight gain. Hinga. In Ayurveda, asafoetida is named hinga, which is used in Indian cooking kind of every day. It is flavoring agent used as an main ingredient in Indian cuisine in powder form, or sometimes granulated form. This herbal remedy is good to encourage digestion, and that is the one of the reason it is used in Indian spices. The spices that used in Indian cooking are for reason, and they're used differently in different season, and different spices are used for the lunch. Different spices are used for the dinner, and there is a reason to it. hot water. Hot water is beneficial for dealing with all kinds of digestive issues. Having a glass of hot water in an empty stomach helps in digestion. Cardamom. It is used as a flavoring agent in cooking because it adds flavor to almost every dish and also helps in good digestion. It can be easily used in powdered form in the food and various beverages too. It is used mostly in the desserts. It helps in calming the person from stress and depression and to heal anorexia. It's a very good herb and I love it. Uh, some useful herbs, the list of some useful uh, herbs that you can keep in the kitchen. Ginger, which is Tamarindus indica, uh, Pipali, Piper longum, Maricha, Piper nigrum, which is black pepper, Shunti, which is the dry ginger, Gingiber officinale, uh, Vrikshamla, Garcinia indica, Vacha, Acorus calamus. This is good for calming mind. Saindava, which is a rock salt. It's a very good for digestion. Hinga, asafoetida, we just learned. Mint leaves, fresh mint leaves are very good. That's why mint leaf chutney is very famous in Indian cuisines. Therapeutic procedures in Ayurveda. So I have used therapeutic procedures in my patients, and they are really helpful. Gandusha, and of course, when the patient comes, the lifestyle management is given to the patient, and Gandusha is one of them. In the morning, keeping herbal decoction or liquids inside the mouth and gargling in very use it is very useful in Gandusha, but especially when we give this as a therapeutic procedure, there are certain types of herbs are used, certain time of the day it is used, and a certain time frame that you have to keep that gandusha, that decoction liquid into your mouth to experience the result of it. I always hear from people that people read the material and start to become their own Google doctor, but these things like how to do it, what herbal decoctions are needed for that dosha type of person is important, how many times. So if you don't know all these things, the reading the material from Google search doesn't um, work. And then I always hear that I used Ayurvedic herbs and nothing happened. So this has to be followed by the traditional consultation with the traditional Ayurvedic physician. Dhumapan, fumigation, with the herbs is used in Ayurveda to stimulate the taste buds. Mukha Dhavana. It seems very simple, right? But cleaning the oral cavity with herbs, and it's a technique, how to use it and what directions. Um, Sometimes our neem stem, neem powder is used, and sometimes lot of other herbs are used in Mukha Dhavana. Nabhi Basti, putting a donut, and this worked for my patients very, very well. So that's why I have to mention this. Putting a donut pot around the navel and fill that with the herbal oils or decoction to increase the appetite or improve digestion. And this has been used for post COVID clients. and amazing results are found. Diet and lifestyle, of course. Ayurveda is all about diet and lifestyle. So, do's and don'ts are always there. Uh, so, do's, physically active lifestyle. That's the key point in Ayurveda. Food intake in stipulated time and avoid snacks in between regular foods. Food intake in stipulated time. So Ayurveda talks about a certain time for certain meals, and according to doshas and seasons. Easily digestible food is recommended. So Ayurveda doesn't say to overwhelm your system. Whatever your capacity is, you have to follow that, and that capacity comes from your doshas. Um, so, clean tongue after brushing to help avoid tastelessness in the mouth, which in turn lead to an appetite loss. So, ama deposits on the tongue needs to be a deposition on the tongue needs to be removed. So you need to keep the tongue clean to absorb those particles appropriately. Yoga postures can also help in digestion. There are certain yoga postures are recommended to give exercise to the muscles around the stomach area. Don'ts: unwholesome diet and habits. No one will recommend that. Heavy to digest food. Again, don't overwhelm your system. Food of incompatible combinations. This is a very unique in Ayurveda, that not to eat food with the two extreme qualities, which is called Viruddha Anna in Ayurveda. Milk and yogurt, for example, uh, or mix yogurt with fruits, or mix fruit with milk, which is not recommended. Separation of natural urges, stress inducing surroundings, such as surrounding is very important. That's why it's always good to have a positive environment around you. So avoid surroundings with grief or anger or fear. Avoid in the sense that you need to manage it. Sometimes some circumstances are not avoidable, and it's not good to say avoid it, but you need to manage it. Cold or frozen food, definitely not recommended in Ayurveda. The food out of refrigerator. And thank you very much. I hope I covered anorexia uh, in Ayurvedic perspective, and hope you liked it. So, thank you very much. You can follow me on Facebook. I have my information here. Again, thank you, Dr. Shekhar, for this opportunity. This is a very good platform, Ayurveda, Global Ayurveda Conferences. Thank you. Let me stop share.